is Aris, and I'm going to be talking about the history and impact of Title IX in United States college sports. So for an introduction, I'm going to be talking about the story of Ann Meyers a little bit. In 1971, Ann Meyers tried out for her school's boys basketball team, and she didn't make the team. There was no girls team that existed. However, she ended up not making the men's team, not because of how she played, but instead of the fact that she was a girl. And just a year later, Title IX was passed. So why this matters is girls like Ann were denied opportunities that Title IX aimed to change. So in conclusion for this, society benefits when federal laws promote equality and accountability within these institutions, promoting fairness and inequality. The significance is women's college sports participation grew by over 600% since 1972, according to the Women's Sports Foundation. So the history of Title IX. Title IX was a part of the Education Amendments Act in 1972. These were created to stop sex-based discrimination in federally funded educational programs. This is written by Congresswoman Patsy Mink and Senator Birch Bayh. These amendments apply to all educational programs, not just sports, so committees and stuff like that as well. So what Title IX states? It states that no person shall, on the basis of sex, be excluded from participation in any educational program or activity receiving federal financial assistance, according to Title IX Education Amendments of 1972. So the impact on college sports in pre-1972, up until 1972, there was just 30,000 female athletes in college. Now in 2022, there's 215,000 female athletes. Today, colleges must now offer equal scholarships, equal access to the facilities and coaching, also balanced funding. So some ongoing challenges are some schools underreport or inflate numbers to appear compliant with these amendments. Men's teams might need to be cut in order to maintain gender balance. Also, transgender athlete inclusion is evolving every day on the definition of sex and gender. I don't know if you saw, but an example of a challenge is that in, I want to say 2021, there was a lot of controversy surrounding the March Madness basketball tournament. It was basically one of the girls who was in the tournament gave kind of a video explaining what all they got in their March Madness gift bags and kind of what their locker room and the training facilities look like for the tournament. And in comparison to what the men were getting, it just wasn't fair at all. They had small bags, they had a very small minimal weight room that just didn't really have much to offer, certainly not as much as like their universities were offering, and for such a large tournament to be hosted and then to be getting so little from it, it just really wasn't fair to them. So there's a lot of controversy revolving that, and then some of the men came out and showed kind of what they got, and there was a big change in what's being offered now for the women that are participating in the March Madness tournament. So now they get a lot more gear, they get everything that the men are getting basically, which was big because it showed what happened there showed how even though these amendments have been in place for over 40 years now, there's still challenges regarding the issue. So for conclusion, a quick recap is Title IX's history, its transformation of women's college sports and still facing ongoing challenges. Legal mandates like Title IX push society towards equality in powerful ways. However, it's not always a foolproof plan, and people still have to be progressive, and we're still having to make changes every day. So Ann Meyers later became the first woman to sign an NBA contract, and was in the Hall of Fame as well. Her path was paved by Title IX, and this law continues to shape lives like hers and many other female athletes today. These are my references. Yeah, thank you.